I am back working on the 78 Prospector again. We still have our budget intact of about $1,536. Gonna go ahead and change out the fuel pump, fuel filter, and ultrasonically clean the air cleaner because it's dirty and nasty. Then we'll sell it and try to get another one. This fuel pump is nestled all the way down here, if you can see it. It's got these two bolts, and then somebody put in a little service loop here for this fuel filter. We went ahead and did the sending unit. It's not a new one. We just put the float on there, so we got the gas gauge working. But we'll go ahead and take all this stuff off as well, button this up, and then take her out for a test drive. The trick to fuel pumps is you kind of want to hit it from underneath first and remove this hard line, and then you can also remove this soft line. Then you can access the bolts in the back. It's about a ½ inch on that. These hard lines are really easy to get off if you get the flare wrench set. Just kind of slide it over, remove that, and then we'll go ahead and pull this unit out and replace it with the new one. This is what she looks like when she was pulled out. Now this thing is dirty and nasty, but I think it was actually working. It seems like it was working, just not too terribly well because we were getting some hard start conditions and whatnot, and for 12 bucks it's just easier to go ahead and change it out. We'll just pop the new one in and change out the fuel filter. Everything back in there, this is also a ½ inch. Everything down here is ½ inch. Should be super simple to do. Now those bolts in the back are kind of a pain. You kind of have to push this up and push those bolts in at the same time. So make sure when you're putting the seal on the back, you tack it down with a little bit of RTV. Make sure it's gas safe. A lot of them aren't. Always remember whenever you're changing out your fuel filters, the arrow is supposed to point towards the carburetor and away from the tank. So for here, this line is going to the tank, this line is going to the fuel pump, so we're going to want to orient it this way to where the arrow is pointing towards the carburetor. Go ahead and pull the top of the air cleaner out of that ultrasonic cleaner. Just look at what it did to that paint. It just kind of came off like pieces of paper on there. So we might have to go off and repaint this as well. And if you look around the edges, it swelled the hell out of that seal, which is great. The seals are really hard to find, so it's nice that that actually rejuvenated a decent bit. That top did start to flash rust basically immediately, so we had hit that with a coat of paint. I got anxious and went ahead and just reinstalled it because I'm excited. We're going to go ahead and crank this thing over, see if she's running any better. Put this fuel filter in there, new fuel pump, going to see if that's leaking at all. Let's go ahead and crank it over. She sounds real healthy. We got that gas gauge to start working again. We even got this radio to kick over. Sounds pretty good. Now check this out. Listen to this. Count that as a win. Now tomorrow we'll go ahead and take it out on a long drive, make sure we can put it through its paces, make sure the cooling's all working, fuel gauge doesn't suddenly crap out on us, and this radio still thumps. So if you want to stick around for tomorrow, make sure she's good enough for the road.